Democracy, a system of government celebrated across the world, often praised as the ultimate answer to political challenges. For many, democracy represents freedom, equality, and the voice of the people. But an important question remains: does democracy truly deliver on its promises? To answer that question, we need to travel back in time, to explore where democracy began, how it spread across the world, and why it developed differently in different societies, particularly in Africa. The story of democracy begins more than 2,500 years ago in ancient Greece, around 507 BC, under the leadership of Cleisthenes. The word democracy itself comes from two Greek words, demos, meaning the people, and krates, meaning power or choice. Simply put, democracy meant giving power to the people. It was a revolutionary idea, but even in its earliest days, democracy had critics. One of the most famous was the philosopher Socrates. He questioned whether ordinary citizens possessed the knowledge and competence needed to make important political decisions. In his view, leadership should depend on ability and wisdom, not popularity. Ironically, Socrates would later become a victim of the very system he criticized, losing his life through a democratic process. Centuries later, democratic ideas spread beyond Greece and reshaped much of the world. Major historical events, including the English Civil War, the French Revolution, and the American War of Independence, gradually shifted power away from kings and monarchs and placed greater authority into the hands of ordinary people. These events laid the foundations of many democratic systems we recognize today. But Africa followed a very different path. During the colonial era, European powers introduced administrative systems influenced by democratic principles. Yet democracy itself was rarely practiced in African colonies. Instead, colonial governments often ruled through centralized authority and control. Following the decline of colonial rule, many African nations adopted political systems and institutions inherited from colonial administrations, embracing democracy as a pathway to freedom and self-governance. However, the expectations of development and prosperity often differed from reality. While leaders promised jobs, infrastructure, and better living conditions, many governments later struggled with corruption, bureaucracy, tribal politics, and patronage systems. The broader argument is that democracy alone cannot guarantee success. It requires strong institutions, accountability, economic growth, and social development.